guys, it's Dahlia Monet. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a bomb hair tutorial for you, so if you want to see how to achieve this look, keep watching. Okay, so first things first, we're going to go in and start with our 3-strand plaits. This is going to be the base of our hairstyle. I do recommend doing more round parts around the perimeter as it's going to give you a more natural look, and I'm doing a central plait in order to achieve that bang effect. Here I'm just showing you guys my parts. I tried to curve them a little bit just to make them more natural and mimic the natural curvature of my head. And here's the final braiding pattern. I know the back looks a little janky, don't judge me. This is what the hair that we'll be using today looks like. This is the Freetress Water Wave and crochet hair, and it's going to be in 22 inches, and I'll leave all the color details down below in the description box. So first things first, I'm just showing you the texture of the hair. They come in individual strands. So what you're going to want to do is go ahead and fluff out the strands. This is to make sure that we have enough coverage in wrapping the hair around our natural braids, because honey, we do not want our braids poking out. That is not cute. And this is what it should look like all fluffed out. This color in particular is the color 4. Okay, so I've taken my 2 fluffed out strands and now I'm putting them on my crochet needle. You're going to close the latch and then pull straight through underneath your natural braid. And then you're just going to pull one side out so that there's one side of the hair on each side. Okay, so you're going to take your braid and half of the crochet hair that you pulled through and hold that in one hand, and then take the other half of the crochet hair and start wrapping around the base. I only did this twice in the video, but I recommend doing maybe 3 or 4 times just to make it more secure. So after you do 3 to 4 tight wraps around the base, you can start wrapping loosely as you see me doing. And the looser it is, honestly, it helps get that distressed effect. You'll start to see as I'm wrapping it kind of just doing its own thing, and the natural curl pattern kind of pokes out and gives that butterfly effect. I'll show you guys in the next one my attempt to do the thumb trick to achieve the butterfly effect, but honestly, just wrapping loosely is still just as effective. So now I'm just measuring where I want my lock to end. I'm going for just below collarbone length. And so after I figure that out, what you're going to do is just take that strand you were already using and just start wrapping back up the lock. And then to secure it, we're just going to do a little palm roll. And so we're still going to have that other hair poking out at the bottom. And so what you're going to do is just do a fold, as you can see, as tightly as possible, and then start wrapping that hair back up as well. Try to make that fold, like I said, as tightly adhered to the lock as possible, because if you make like a loop, it can make like a really weird look. Just keep wrapping. And as you can see, we're still getting those kinks, which is helping us to achieve that distressed look that we want. This lock honestly came out really beautiful. You'll see soon. And then to secure that wrap, we're going to do the palm roll one more time. And it will shrink up a little bit from the length we measured it to, just because that's what the texture does. Isn't it cute? So I'm just showing you again. We're going under the base of our braid with our crochet needle, putting our 2 strands of hair on the loop, closing it and pulling through. This time I used 1 strand of the color 4 and 1 strand of the 1B30 mix. Just a heads up, for the mixes, it's only 3 ombre strands that come in the pack and the rest are dark. If you want the complete ombre, I recommend doing the TT 1B30 instead of the TP, but that was not available at my local beauty supply, so this is what I was stuck with, but obviously the results still came out really nice. So this is the thumb trick that I was talking about. I think this is a traditional technique for butterfly locks. Basically just sticking your thumb underneath as you wrap, and then just keep it there and kind of slide it out as you continue to wrap. It's honestly harder than it looks. It probably sounds complicated because it is. So like I showed you guys in the first one, honestly you can achieve just as good of a look, if not better, by just wrapping loosely. So we're just measuring again where we want our lock to end. That one long lock that you see, I did end up redoing. And so now that we measured it, we can start wrapping back up. Hit it with the palm roll. And since that was like a really thin strand, I'm going in with my Kiss nail glue. It's just a brush on kind just to help secure that a little bit, and I'm going to palm roll that in as well. Your hands will get a little crusty, but hey, it's life. And now we're just taking that second hair that was left at the bottom, and we're going to fold that up, and then we're going to start wrapping back up as well with that piece. Okay, so we're going in again with a new color mix. I have one strand of the 27 and one strand of the 4. And so for this one, I actually finally got some sense midway through. So instead of pulling both halves equally on each side so that they were equal lengths, I decided to use one half to help measure where I wanted the lock to end instead of doing it on the hind end. And so that's what I did here. And then we're just wrapping as normal with the longer strand. And when measuring the length, make sure you're pulling that piece straight because that's the true length of the hair, as opposed to, you know, just like it being its curling length. And in terms of the highlights that I did primarily like darker hair in the back. I did alternate rows, so like by my kitchen I had like a fully dark row, and then the next row I alternated between like dark and light. And then as I got to the front, I definitely added more color just to brighten up my face a little bit. But you're free to do any highlight pattern you want. This is just what I did. Sorry y'all, got hungry midway recording. So now we're going in for our central lock. I'm using the TP427. I'm using 2 strands of the TP427. Remember how I told you it's only 3 ombre strands per pack, so I'm using 2 of those 3. And here I go measuring again where I want it to be. So for this one, I'm measuring it a little bit longer because I know this strand is primarily going to be flipped over since it's going to be for my bang. So I'm just going in and wrapping as normal. So that is the finished look, guys. Right now I'm just going ahead and cutting away any flyaways that were a little too obvious for my liking. But the nice part about this is that you really can't mess it up. Like, that's the point of the distressed look. The older it gets, the more natural looking and beautiful it will be. Here's just a quick shot of the back. So now I'm just going to show you guys 2 little updos that you can do. But in the meantime, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. This style came out so bomb. I'm definitely feeling myself. Trust me, if you guys decide to try this style, nobody's going to be able to tell you anything okay because you're about to be popping. And honestly, if you're not popping out, then you're blending in, and that's not an option, okay? But let me know if you guys try this style down below in the comments. Bye!